Welcome to this episode of She's All Books. Come and hang out for book reviews, bookish content, and nostalgic vibes. I hope you enjoy this episode.
All right, welcome to this episode of She's All Books. Hanging out with me from Canada today on this episode is Aubrey Taylor. Aubrey's been writing over half of her life, professionally and on the side for fun. She's a pop culture nerd, a fantasy lover, and a music enthusiast. Additionally, Aubrey has written one of my favorite sports romance novels, Bad Honey, which I'm so excited to talk about today. And I found out about you, Aubrey, from Anna Noel, who was my very first guest on She's All Books. And I don't know if you were able to see
I haven't watched it yet,
no. But we played, she chose Truth or Dare for our game at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And when she found out that I had never read a baseball romance book before, she dared me to read yours, which I did.
See?
And I followed through, posted my review, and I'm so excited that you're here. It's like a full circle. So thank you for joining us today on She's All Books.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so without further ado, to set the 90s, early 2000s nostalgic vibe, I have my handy dandy paper fortune teller. Now, Aubrey, I have to ask you, it's been like Canadian Author Week for me. Like all of my guests this week have been located in Canada.
Yeah.
Did you grow up calling this a cootie catcher or a paper fortune teller? So
it was a cootie catcher, yeah.
There must be different names because it was always paper fortune teller for me, but I've had quite a few authors recently tell me like they called it a cootie catcher.
Yeah, we always called it a cootie catcher.
Yeah, I'm going to start tracking this.
Do a tally.
Some data, I guess. All right, so let me grab my notebook with all of my questions I have for you. And your color options, it's not very clear. I had to make a new one of these as blue, pink, orange, or green. I think the numbers show up a little bit better.
I go up and go with green.
Green. All right. REEN. Your number options are 1, 2, 5, or 6.
Let's do 6.
All right. Question number 6. All right, so we're going to dive right into it.
God.
We're going to pop in and out. So some of these are going to be about specifically Bad Honey. Others are going to be about other writings you have and you as an author and a person.
Okay.
So my question for you, for me, I'm going to give the readers like a very broad blurb of Bad Honey so that they have a little context, but we'll talk more about it in depth. Bad Honey is a baseball romance. That's one of the very many tropes that's in that book. Has complex characters. It has a lot of different family dynamics. It's amazing. I absolutely love these characters. If you were to cast for a movie, who do you have in your mind on who you would choose to be the main characters in Bad Honey?
Well, when I was writing it, I kind of like to have like the fan cast in my head when I'm writing it, just so that I kind of have an idea of who I like and stuff like that. And Arlo was always Louis Tan from the Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah. Was always Louis Tan. In my head was Maya Mitchell for some reason.
Okay.
That was always where it was. Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. All right. I love it. And I loved both of those characters. I absolutely loved the tenacity that Ella had. And I love a grumpy, rough MMC, and even though Arlo had multiple layers, we could peel back and everything, he won my heart from the get-go. All right, thank you for fan casting that.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, color options are pink, green, orange, or blue.
Let's go blue this time.
Blue, all right. BLUE. Same number options, but you already chose 6, so 1, 2, or 5.
Let's do 2.
Question number 2. All right. If you could fill in the blank, my ideal book crush is, and what would you describe? You could either choose an actual book crush or just describe in general what you look for when you are reading or writing.
I was talking with a friend earlier about this because I was laughing at this question because my first obvious answer was, I think I said blonde and mean.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's definitely, when I think of like ideal book boyfriends, I definitely think of Nikolai Landeskov from Leo Verdugo's series, Shadow
Yeah.
and Bone and stuff like that. That's probably where my go-to with my brain always is. So
Okay. Good. That's awesome. Great. That's fun. I just bounce around. Like right now, I almost like I'm such a mood reader. Just started getting into more of like the cinnamon roll MMC, which was never my
never a thing.
before. So I think I'm broadening my horizons. All right, pink, green, orange, or blue.
Pink.
Pink. All right. PINK. And your number options are 1 or 5.
5.
All right. Question number 5. What do you hope that readers feel when they read any of your books? Any of the books that they pick up and they read?
Maybe included, I guess.
Okay.
Just like included in the universe. I guess reading for me is a lot about like immersing yourself and like being a part of the world. So I'd like for people to feel that way when they read my books.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that definitely shows. Like as a reader, when I was reading Bad Honey, it felt raw and real, and it felt I use it too much. I use this term too much, but I'm always looking for books where the characters are like perfectly imperfect. Like I don't want a character who's like all perfect. There's no like flaws. Like and I think that like that real element to it like definitely showed with Bad Honey. Like these characters were going through things, had depth to them. They felt relatable in that sense. And as a reader, that does make you feel included because you're reading a book that you're like, okay, like I could not picture myself in this book necessarily.
Yeah.
But I can like relate to these
Relate
characters.
to them. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. All right. Same colors. Green, orange, pink, or blue.
I guess we'll go with orange this time.
Orange.
Do one of each.
ORANGE. And your, I'm going to get new ones. 3, 4, 7, or 8.
Let's go 7.
Okay. All right. Question number 7. For the viewers who have not read Bad Honey before, can you give your like brief overview without too many spoilers about the book or with spoilers? And before you start, I just want to say, if viewers watched my interview with Anna Noel, I talked about how baseball romance is like not my sports trope I lean towards because like I don't know much about baseball, where like I do know enough to follow other sports. The way you set up Bad Honey was like the 101 dictionary for folks like me who have never really watched. I could turn on the TV and watch a baseball game now and be like, yep,
I know what's going on.
I do. And now like baseball romance, bring them to me. So I just wanted to include that in there because it was perfectly laid out at the beginning.
That makes me feel good. I guess Bad Honey is first and foremost just a story about found family and like the issues that go on within like a space, and like they're all living on top of each other and they're gonna butt heads and stuff like that. And all of the characters that go on in the book all have a certain like reason for being there and stuff like that. That there's no character that's just a toss away. I don't know. I guess it was supposed to be fun. It started when I started writing it. It was fun, and then it got really sad, and then it went back to being fun. But it's kind of a roller coaster, I guess. But I don't know. It's so hard to describe your own book without like giving away everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I was about to hit another question that I'm going to ask you. So I'm going to write that. Thank you. Okay. Orange, green, blue, or pink?
Let's do blue again.
Blue. BLUE. And you only, from this group of numbers, only have question number 1 left. So.
Send it. Full send.
Okay. Not much choice there. What are your favorite tropes right now? I know it always changes with people depending on the month, but what are your favorite tropes to read and what are your favorite tropes to write?
Favorite tropes to read would be Found Family is a read and a write. I like reading and writing both of them. I don't write it as much, but I am a toucher and die. Love
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
morally gray, a little bit of dark to it. And what was the Grumpy Sunshine. But I like it when it's the main male character is your golden retriever and your female is your black cat.
Yeah.
So I guess reverse Grumpy Sun.
I love that. That is
Mhm.
And there were so many tropes, like I mentioned before, like N, Bad Honey, and I absolutely loved that. And I do feel like Arlo had a little bit of that, like touch her and die, but like not. It was there. It was like underneath. Like it was.
Yeah.
He was battling some frustrations with other incidents that were happening. Anyways, okay. Before I start, my foot in my mouth. Okay. Pink, blue, orange, or green.
Let's do green again.
All right. Green, and your options are 3, 4, or 8.
Let's do 8.
All right. Question number 8. All right. Are there, and you can totally say, I can't answer this, totally not a big deal if you can't. Are you working on any works in progress right now? Like, do you have anything up your sleeve? Are you working on any books that will be coming out maybe in the next year?
Well, I'm working on book 2 for the
Okay.
Hornet series. It's Kale's book, so that's the
Okay,
next one to
good.
come. And then at the end of August, there's a cowboy romance that I'm writing with another author that comes out.
Very nice. I'm very excited for book 2. I will be downloading it the day it comes out. And I just read my first cowboy romance last week, and then I had to go right into another cowboy romance. So I will definitely be reading that when it comes out as well. Very exciting. All right, and that was question number 8. If I don't write these down, I'll start asking you things twice. All right, pink, green, orange, or blue?
Let's do orange again.
Okay. ORANGE. Your number options. We've done all of these, so I'm going to go to the next one. Sorry. This
good.
is a cheater version of paper fortune teller. It's easier when you're just asking a yes or no. Okay, 3 or 4?
Let's do 4.
4. Okay. Question number 4 is, do you have a favorite character that you've written? It doesn't have to just be about Bad Honey, but do you have a favorite character that just
Trying to think. I think one of my favorite characters that I have written so far, and you kind of get more of him in book 2, is Coach. Coach Cody. His progression through everything that I've plotted and stuff like that is going to be really cool, and people are really going to hate him and then hopefully really like him. But
that's exciting. He definitely was an interesting character, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Intriguing. All right, last one. I will, just for the fun of it, let you pick a color.
Let's do blue.
Blue. There we go. BLUE. And you have to choose question number 3. And question number 3 is, for Bad Honey, and I'm blanking right now, and I feel like you did include this, maybe not. Did you include a playlist for this book?
There was a playlist, yeah.
Is there a specific song that reminds you of this book, or it could be more than one song? You have a playlist, so clearly there's something.
Yeah, the song that started me writing Bad Honey, it wasn't even an idea, and then the song came on my Spotify, and I was like, oh, that song feels like a movie soundtrack, you know what I mean? And it was "Don't Take the Money" by Bleachers.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yes, I can totally see that for sure. I'm gonna now have to go listen to that when we're done recording today. Thank you for playing that round of Paper Fortune Teller with me and letting myself and the viewers get to know you and your books a little bit deeper. All right, so this next segment of the show, you get to choose a nostalgic game, and they all will have a bookish twist. Whichever one you pick will have a bookish twist. Okay. The options are MASH, Truth or Dare, or Never Have I.
What's the least picked one?
So I think the least, we're about tied with all of them. I would have said Never Have I Ever, but the last 2 interviews I did were both Never Have I Ever.
Okay, let's do MASH then.
MASH. All right, awesome. Okay. So as I set this up, if you're watching this and you've never played MASH, I do a MASH Monday on my Bookstagram every Monday, and it's just a fun way for me to try to convince people to read a book through a book crush. Growing up, it was kind of like a fun way to play this with friends and to make big predictions over like your future husband. Stands for mansion, A, apartment, S, shack, and H, house. For this version, we're going to do husband or book crush, whatever, and then career, number of kids, and then tropes. And this is like a little bit different. Everyone played this game a little bit different. But for purposes of this episode, you'll pick 2 for each category, and then I'll pick 1 for each category. I think in the past, I've heard different numbers that people played growing up. And I'm not going to lie, I can't fully remember exactly how I played it, but I know it was
Yeah.
all right. So for husband, you get to pick 2.
Oh, I guess let's do just from Bad Honey or from anything. Bad Honey, probably.
Anything, yeah.
Let's do Arlo.
Did Arlo and Kale. I'm going to choose a random book crush of mine for number 3. And I'm going to put I just finished a book called When We Came, and it's a hockey romance. So I'll put Lana in there because he's on the top of my mind. All right. And then career for you. You get to pick 2 different careers.
Let's do baseball coach and reporter.
Okay. And I will choose. I'm gonna just like super rogue with this. I'm gonna go like financial advisor, like something so different. Okay.
Just off the cuff. Nice.
Yes. I don't even know. I don't know if I've read a book where the person does that.
It's a lot of math to write into a book.
Yes. Number of kids.
Let's go with 2. And how many positions are on a baseball team? Catcher, first, second, third, pitcher. Let's go 8. A whole baseball team, 8.
Baseball team, quite literally. And then I'll do 4. And then you get to pick 2 tropes. There could be any tropes that you want, and then I'll pick a third.
Okay, well, let's do Grumpy Sunshine.
Okay.
And let's do Single Mom.
Good. I'm looking for a single mom book right now. And then I will do miscommunication, which is like a very controversial one, but I'm into it. So, miscommunication. Okay, so now this part I have the MASH. You can kind of see it filled out. So I will start to draw a swirl, and then you will tell me when to stop. I'll add up all of the points of intersection, and that will be how I start to slash out options until we have 1 in each, not column, category. All right. So 1, 2, 3. I'm starting, and you can just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So I'm gonna be counting for a bit here. I'll try to do as fast as I can. I have a hard time counting and talking. All right. Not a reporter. Not living in a shack. Not a baseball team of kids. Not Kale. That's all the little juicy previews I am giving you.
Nearly me in the dark now.
Yes, now you have to just wait in suspense. Interesting. Okay. We have our winners. So for your MASH, it ended up with Arlo. As a financial advisor, so maybe after baseball, this is where he's headed. Miscommunication trope. No, we don't want him and Ella to have any miscommunication. And they're going to live in a mansion. So
Beautiful.
There you go. Maybe we can replace Arlo with somebody else, and this could be at the start of your next book or 3 books down the line.
Down the line, yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for playing that with me.
Of course.
Nostalgic and fun to play these games. I appreciate you joining me for this episode. I want to make sure that viewers can find you and connect with you online, find your books online. Do you mind sharing with our viewers where they can find you?
I am on Instagram and I'm on Threads. I'm on Goodreads. Most of all of it is under Aubrey Taylor author. So you
Okay.
can find it there for everything. And the books you can find on Amazon.
Awesome. And I will make sure I drop links into the captions for viewers to easily click and find those things. Special thanks to Anna Noel for introducing me to Aubrey.
Absolutely.
Yes, and connecting me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to read every book that you come out with. I hope that you'll come back on the show and we can
Of course.
talk about those books as they release. I can't wait to read them. And I'm so thankful that you chose to spend this time on She's All Books with me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time on She's All Books.
Thanks for watching this episode of She's All Books. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at She's All Books. If you're interested in appearing as a guest or partnership opportunities, please check out the links in the caption.